Hey gang, the other day I was flipping through some 78 RPM records and I came across this record which caught my eye. If you collect 78s, there's a reason you need to be on the lookout for records just like this, and I'll tell you what it is in this episode of Music You Might Have Missed. Hello, and welcome to Music You Might Have Missed, a look at 78 RPM records, cylinders, and radio material recorded before World War II. Hey gang, as you can probably tell, I jumped on that Mildred Bailey record pretty quickly. It was one of about 50 records that I picked up out of a stack of, it was probably 500 or so. But if you want to know why it got my attention so quickly and why I jumped on it, the correct answer is right here. It's a catalog number. The catalog number gave me all the information I needed to know about why I needed to pick this record up for $1. This is it, by the way. It graded out to be a very nice, clean V++ copy, but what about the number said, I need to get this record? Well, a little bit of background might be useful. In 1929, and according to some sources in 1930, the record industry as a whole sold over 100 million records in each of those years. 2 years later, after the onset of the Depression, the record industry as a whole sold 6 million records. And according to Frank Hoffman's Encyclopedia of Recorded Sound, it's even worse than that, because of those 6 million records, 3 million of them went to jukebox dealers, which means only about 3 million records in 1932 sold to John Q. Public. And because I knew what the number was on this, and because I knew when it was made, this is one of them. So if you think about that, all the jazzy blues, all the classical, all the opera, all the hillbilly, all the popular, all of the polkas, you name it, all of those records combined in 1932 sold fewer copies than the 3 top records of 1930. That's why I keep numbers like this tucked in the back of my head, and why this recording jumped out. Now, the fact this was in a stack of post-war popular stuff helped it jump out as well, but I recognize this record as a Depression-era recording. Now, if you're familiar with the numbered series on Victor Records, you know everybody looks for the 23,000s. But a lot of people don't realize that the high end of the 22,000s and the low end of the 24,000s can be just as tough to find. Now, it doesn't make them valuable. It just makes them a little bit scarce most of the time. And so if you were looking for this record specifically, it would probably be pretty tough to find. That's why I always keep an eye out for any record in the 22,000s that's above, say, 22,700. And I keep an eye out for any record in the 24,000s that is below 24,300. If it's only $1, buy it. Play it. If you happen to like it, you've just added a record to your collection that if you were actually looking for it, you'd have a heck of a time finding. And if you don't like it, you can do what you should do with most of your records anyway that you don't like. Take it, trade it to someone who is looking for that record. This record is a prime example of why you need to know your numbers. Yes, it's a Mildred Bailey Victor Scroll, so I probably would have picked it up anyway, but seeing that catalog number should say to you, as a good collector, you know what, this record's probably not real easy to find. You don't want this to be music you might have missed.